Hello, and welcome to another special prologue for our Magic the Gathering D&D campaign. These prologues detail our currently unignited heroes and lead up to their pivotal moments of change, where the Planeswalker spark ignites within them and thrusts them through the blind eternities, into a multiverse yet unknown. I have with me here one of the unignited, and I'd like to take the opportunity to let you get properly acquainted with them now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Edge Survival, or Edge the Nomad, here at the Rolling Nomads. Today I will be playing one of the Unignited. He is what you get when you lose your sense of duty and your love. What do you have left?
Indeed, we are going to find the answers to those questions. Maybe not now, but very, very soon. So without further ado, let's jump right into it and let's begin. On the plane of Alvolla, where magic weaves through the very fabric of existence, the continent of Niquan stands as a realm of honor, ambition, and fierce rivalry. Long have the years been since this nation stood under a single emperor. Niquan is a fraction of a tapestry of feuding states, each ruled by powerful daimyos and ambitious warlords, all vying for supremacy in a brutal struggle for power. The echoes of the past resonate through the mountains and valleys, while the spirit of the warrior and their code of honor shape the lives of those who call this land home. Niquan is a land of breathtaking beauty, with blossoms drifting through the air, serene gardens, and majestic castles perched atop rugged cliffs. Yet beneath this tranquil facade lies a simmering tension, as alliances are forged and broken in the shadows, and whispers of betrayal fill the air. The feudal system governs every aspect of life, where loyalty to one's lord is paramount. Honor defines one's worth. Select few warriors are made to be the elite defenders of the daimyos, skilled in martial arts and adept in both the use of blade and magic. They are bound by duty, serving their lords with unwavering loyalty, and yet each yearns for glory, seeking to carve their names into the annals of history. The politics of Niquan are a dangerous game, with each daimyo seeking to expand their territory and influence. The great houses, such as House Tsubaki, known for its master of elemental magic, and House Hoshin, revered for its unparalleled warriors, are in a constant dance of rivalry and subterfuge. These powerful families have forged alliances with lesser clans, promising protection and resources in exchange for fealty, but trust is as fleeting as the blossoms in the spring. Each new season brings fresh betrayals, assassinations, and battles as daimyos clash in the name of honor and ambition. This continent is alive with the clash of steel and the roar of battles. They cry as armies clash on blood-soaked fields. Skirmishes erupt at dawn. Entire cities can be laid to waste in the name of honor and supremacy. In this tumultuous landscape, where honor is tested and blood is spilled, a new generation of heroes and villains emerges from the ashes of war. Each warrior must navigate these treacherous waters of loyalty and ambition, striving to uphold their honor while grappling with the harsh realities of a world consumed by conflict. As the drums of battle grow louder and the cries of the fallen echo through the valleys, the fate of a warrior can be decided by a single action. Teji. Today, there is a break. No battle, no hard-won war. Today is a time to honor you. You find yourself preparing. Wrapped in garments rather than armor, her swords are ready to be placed at your side on your hip once more. But should everything go properly today, you will not need to wield them. Today you are promoted. Today you are honored. You move up in the world, and you now serve Lord Tsubaki himself. You've been promoted to sort of household guard, a banner knight, if you will, meant to protect his castle, serve in his home, and seek honor not just on the battlefield, but in every day in all of your actions, close to your lord. What do you find yourself thinking What is your mindset? What is your mental state as you are clothed, scrubbed, and prepared for this ceremony?
I mean, it's a exciting day. Yeah, I'm thinking about the ceremony, performing the right steps, doing the right thing, the celebration, my loved ones, just the overall feeling of relaxation.
Feels different. You are a battle-hardened warrior. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. But you've proven yourself time and time again. You have the respect of the Lord's army. You are recognized where you walk. How many do you think you've crossed swords with in order to get where you are today? Do you think you've kept count?
I mean, are we excluding like actual wars, battles, or are we talking about individual?
Let's stick with individual warriors. Obviously, when you ride into battle and you are at war and there's a battlefield, it's difficult to keep things sorted, but one-on-one warriors, when warriors have challenged you, just a solo.
I would say about 7, maybe.
It's a high number, despite what others might claim. There are braggarts around that claim to have fought and defeated in single combat individuals in the double digits, but it's to be taken with a grain of salt. There's a lot of questions of if that's the case, why do you find yourself in single combat so often? How are you always alone? No, 7 is a very respectable number. It shows that there is few moments where you are not alone without your army. It shows that you do not find yourself without allies. It shows that even in moments where you think conflict might be unavoidable, you find the abilities to avoid it. You find the ways of words or negotiation. All these things are necessary to serve as an advisor, to serve as a bodyguard. When you are not in wartime, that will be your primary role as an ambassador, a sort of consultant, a tactician. That is for peacetime. Still, 7 is a very respectable number. You don your clothes as you tighten your swords to your side. All that's left to do now is step through the doors, to walk across a small path, past a pond, past the trees that are in bloom. The smell of the mountain air. And have the doors open for you to your future. Your future, Deji. Something you built. Something you've earned. Will you take those first steps?
I'll take a deep breath and step through.
So you do. Past the pond, along the small wooden path. Scent of the air is crisp and cold. Doors open for you as you make your way. Sliding double doors along the edges of this large room, this space. Other warriors, other lords. At the front, the center, the banner of purple with the black dragon wreathed in gold border lies above his head. the symbol of House Sabaki. And there he sits, or rather kneels, Lord Sabaki. Not a hair out of place. His hair is tied back. He wears ceremonial garb, and a sword sits in front of him now. Beautiful make. An obsidian handle with pommel and scabbard meat. Beautiful blade. And you know it's very rarely seen combat. Today, this blade will honor you. You step forward. You kneel, as is custom. There is the sound of a drum begins. Softly, and then just a bit louder. There's incense that has been lit in this room. You can smell the scent of something foreign, something not of this land. The ceremony begins. You rise, you move from your kneeling position, taking a knee essentially, not rising just to your feet. You reach, as is custom, for your sword, drawing, bringing it forward to you. Lord Sabaki does the same. Your blades don't necessarily meet, but this is the custom for this ceremony. This is the custom as well for warriors about to meet in combat. You're not going to fight Lord Tsubaki. Not really. This is more of a display, a dance almost. You'll perform the steps. Each move indicating a different position on Nikuan. A different segment of the long-dead Emperor's journey. Each stroke that doesn't really cut, meant to signify the enemies that he slayed in order to unite this land. At the end of this, your sword will be broken. The sword that Lord Tsubaki wields is an heirloom, an ancestral gift made of magic and history itself. Yours was crafted as history in and of itself, but it is a soldier's weapon. It is a footman's butchery tool. It will be reforged, and it will suit you better when it is crafted once more. How do you feel performing this rite? How do you feel knowing that the sword that has served you all this time up to this point will be broken?
It's I guess it's a bittersweet moment, you know? It's I try to look at it as a form of rebirth, but it still doesn't take away the pain of a companion of sorts, you know?
Indeed. Each step, each swing, it all leads to the final. The shattering. The current state of Nikuan symbolizes the broken nation. Each banner knight, we'll call them, their swords are reforged in the hope that Nikon will also be remade, brought together once more. That is the goal. That is the intention of every warrior, to bring Nikuan together. And you will wield a symbol of this As this draws to a close, you take the fighting position once more, your blade in front of you, knees slightly bent, elbows slightly bent, blade level, tip level with your eyes, and you wait. Seconds pass, and Lord Tsubaki raises his blade and splits yours in two. Deji, do you think you flinch? Is there any waver in your resolve? Are you stone?
I wouldn't flinch. It'll just be enduring the impact of the blade and then the looseness of it snapping.
It rings, it tightens in your palms. You feel the snap. It sends some pain down your palms, through your fingers, the nerve endings. The blade splits in two. There is some gasps from the lesser lords along the side as the tip of your blade spirals through the air, landing at their feet. They flinch and move back a bit. Lord Tsubaki sheathes his weapon and bows. Holds his hands out to take your weapon. He takes it. He walks over to the second half of your weapon. He raises them up in his hands, facing the lords, the other warriors. Recites sacred words to finalize this rite. He ends with looking at you. He says, "Today I have broken a warrior. Today you will be reforged. Today marks the change. This sword will no longer sever. This sword will unify. Do you accept this sword, Teji?"
Yes, my lord.
Rise, Teji. Genkin of House Tsubaki. There is cheers. The stoicism broken. He smiles now, sort of gripping the blade, the flat on his left hand, the pommel angled away from you on the right, grips you by the shoulders, smiles at you. Nods. There's a lot of joy here. You get the feeling that he's proud. What about you, Teji? What do you feel?
A seriousness. Am I able to speak in the moment?
Absolutely. Upon acceptance, upon rising, you are no longer a soldier. You are, with this ceremony, your rise and station is complete. You can't be silenced except by Lord Tsubaki himself.
Thank you, my lord. I promise with this blade that I'll follow your guidance in unifying these lands.
Thanks are not needed for something that is earned. You did earn this. You did well. You've done well. You will continue to do well. I know it.
Thank you.
Gives a smile. turn towards the other lords. Calls for drinks. Time to celebrate. The back wall splits open, the banner dividing in two. There is revealed a feast, tables, drinks. You'll sit at the right hand of Lord Tsubaki for this. This is also technically a part of the ceremony, but it is very much so as just a celebration. Upon congratulations and all of this, Teshi, what is your demeanor throughout this process? The solemn seriousness of the ceremony you've just partaken in is replaced by jovial joy. It's pride and jovial celebration. What is your demeanor? Do you take part in it?
Yeah, his demeanor is slowly changing into a more, I'll just say, more fun, demeanor. But yeah, it's taking him a little bit of time to get into that mood, stepping into that station, and just a little time of comfortability. He doesn't overextend. He does his best to have fun, but also remember that he's in his Lord's presence. So
indeed, there is something to be said. This is still a ceremony. Drinking too much and making an ass of yourself would certainly mark the day with a stain. So you keep your wits about you. It fades. It's time. You dream one night. There is a clash. You are defending something. Does not look like Lord Tsubaki's home. Does not look like anything on Nikon. There are similarities in architecture. There are similar scents and smells. But even that is strange because Nikon does not have these blatant spirits that drift in the air. The spirits are at peace with Nikon, the majority of them at the very least, but this seems like a war. With the very kami themselves, there's something wrong. You have to fight spirits, and rather than live in cohabitation and peace, you fight alongside strange folk. You wield a sword that is different. A blade you don't recognize. You clash. You see your world, whatever world this is stormed by spirits. There are creatures in the shadows, like rat folk. They smile gleefully as they take things from the conflict, placing well-aimed blades into the hearts and throats of others on all sides, so that they might make out richer. A blade flies towards you, and you awake in a sweat. You're home, in bed. She's next to you, Ayame, sound asleep. What do you do, Tiji?
I let out a fairly loud exhale. Wipe the sweat from my brow. Contemplate for a second, looking over at it. Ayame. Taking a moment to try to reassure myself where I am.
You recenter. It's difficult. It's maybe some of the old warriors, the older folk, have said that sometimes as they get older, the battles come back to haunt them. But this didn't feel like that necessarily. Again, this was very vivid. This was different. This was strange. This was like fighting in a foreign land.
No battle I've experienced.
No banners that you recognized. Maybe some air might help you, Fishy.
Yeah, I'll take a walk.
You step out and get some air as you breathe and take in the similar, the familiar sights and scents. Nikuan. Do you take your swords with you? These reforged blades?
Of course. What you mean?
Excellent. This has been some time since we've seen these reforged. What do they look like now, Teji?
So the blade is adorned with clan colors of black, purple, and gold, or at least gold looking. You know, maybe more like brass. I'm not sure. But the handle, of course, is guardless and has a handle made out of wood with the clan symbol etched into the side of it. Yeah.
Excellent.
A dark
A darker
red.
wood.
Yeah, a red dark.
Excellent.
Strong.
You take this with you. You walk. Sounds it's not quite daybreak just yet, but you can see the colors changing in the sky. It's a moment of peace, a moment of quiet. It's been peaceful lately, Fishy. It's you're no longer having to forge great battles. You no longer are on the front lines. You serve here. The threats that make their way here in the immediate vicinity, this territory is what you guard. As such, you don't find yourself having to leave Ranishi, really. It's been peaceful. This silence as you contemplate is broken by the sound of your own name, spoken in a softer voice, a fairer voice. You turn and Ayame stands. A few paces behind you. She still has some sleep in her eyes. She seems to have gotten dressed hastily. She says, I didn't know where you went, and when I saw your swords gone, I was worried.
Oh, you should have stayed asleep. Just taking a stroll. getting some fresh air.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, just one of those dreams, you know.
You had another nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. But it's no big deal. So nothing for you to worry about.
I do worry, though. You should seek the medicine woman of the castle. She might be able to find you some herbs.
I will not make no promises. All right, I will.
Thank you.
Jeez. Yeah.
I just worry, that's all. And I will, the new changes in our postings, it will likely be gone many nights during my shifts and my guards. So I want to make sure that you're comforted at night.
I want the same for you. It will be an adjustment, I have to say. But I'd rather endure this than, you know, and brave a battlefield or something like that.
It's nice being here. Even with the postings at the wall, it's not... I hardly see anything, ever. It's just... relaxed.
Kind of gives, you know, a perspective of what Nequan will be like once Lord Sabaki unites it.
Once Lord Tsubaki unites it, I don't think he'll have need for archers.
Nor swordsman.
You take up a different role, don't you? If in times of peace, would you serve as an advisor, an ambassador?
I'd much rather be a farmer, you know, a father, husband.
Tishy the farmer. Do you know the first thing about farming?
Well, I mean, you know, it happens naturally, right? Sometimes, in some places. Yeah.
We'll get there. Eventually. For now, you should get some more sleep.
Sure you don't want to watch the sunrise?
I could be tempted. She'll walk with you toward a bench overlooking a pond, overlooking the mountainside. Together, you watch the sunrise. Darkness cast away by oranges and yellows. The light making the shadows shy away. It's peaceful.
I give her a kiss on the forehead.
She leans into you, resting her head on your shoulder. The sun rises. Time passes. Duty goes on. You serve primarily in the mornings, which takes night guard You take what time you can together. Serving Lord Tsubaki is a great honor, but it does not mean it is not stressful in your relationship. Things continue. Do you ever see that medicine woman?
Maybe once or twice after, like, the fourth bad nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Sad to say, Fishy, it doesn't help. These dreams continue, other lands, and things become strange in them. As if you watch someone else grow up, someone else advance and change.
If the medicine woman doesn't work, and there's no offered remedy, I would seek out, like, monks, just for, advisement.
They offer you an herb that is more to do with mental health. Something with more of a mindfulness quality. Less of your health, but more to try to heal the mind. Something that is to dull memory, quiet, darker thoughts. It is to be burned, inhaled, so wafted if need be. It's like incense in a way. This helps in the nights when you awake. This helps you get to sleep. But these dreams, to call them nightmares, it's not entirely accurate. Again, it's like watching somebody else grow up. They're not always bad. Sometimes it's just walking. Sometimes it's sightseeing. It's strange.
Yeah. It's not always bad. Yeah.
And this world changes. They have incredible advancements in magic. The spirits that are linked to seemingly every small object they carry. This war with the spirits, these kami that fades, come united once more, and you see visions of fireless torches, lightning captured in small, thin ropes. And these things get smaller, and these things get more bright. Magic beyond comprehension. The dreams don't stop, nor does your duty. One night, Teshi, you are awoken not by a nightmare, by the sounds of screaming. You awake and you hear commands being given, orders, clash of steel far off in the distance. What do?
This is real, right? Like,
You are awake in your bed?
then yeah, I immediately roll over to grab my blades. And my next look is to see where Ayame is.
She is not here. She is posted in the northeastern gate. She is not here. She has not been here for the past few nights. But you grab your blades.
Yes, I grab my blades and haphazardly put on, my armor and rush out the door.
You rush out the door. You can see that there is fighting in the distance. You are in a sort of inner conclave where the other warriors reside. Not necessarily a barracks, but a sort of apartment of your own alongside other apartments. On the outskirts of this, you can see fighting, and you can see, just from where you are, those warriors that have sort of haphazardly armored themselves are, of course, wearing the symbols of House Tsubaki. But there are other, more well-equipped, more armored and more managed warriors that are armored, and they bear the symbol of House Hoshin. You can see the white banner hanging over some of their shoulders of the stone leading into the fire, leading into the metal. A white banner with black ink. You are under attack. What do you do?
Have our signals been raised?
It seems like there is looking along the wall. There are flames. There are the visual signals to be raised. Yes. As far as like the sounds of a horn or a call, no, it doesn't appear that has happened.
How? You said Ayame is in the northeast region?
Northeastern wall, yes.
Between her and Lord Tsubaki, like where is it determined, like how far?
Lord Tsubaki is closest. You are essentially within his estate.
Okay.
She is on the inner wall. There are two sets of walls: the outermost wall leading along the cliff's edge and such, and then the inner wall where the lords and nobility of the region reside. She is posted on the inner wall. This whole setup is essentially along a mountainside, and outer wall would be down here, then some buildings and the peasantry and all that, and the second wall essentially on a slope. You could essentially run out to a clearing and look down and see the entirety of this stronghold, this castle,
Mm-hmm.
this region, this kingdom almost.
Okay. Yeah, there's a moment of hesitation, which obviously, of course, gets a lot of people killed in these situations, but he's split between ensuring that his love is safe and his responsibility of keeping Lord Tsubaki safe. With that said, I will start to make a way to Lord Tsubaki. But first, I would try to seek, I guess, the inner wall alarm, sound the horn,
Absolutely.
at the very least to indicate that they have breached the inner walls. And then make my way to Lord Tsubaki.
Understood. Do you take the time to armor yourself? It's not something that's you can you don your armor on the go. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult. And as you sound the alarm, you can make the adjustments as needed.
Yeah,
do you
I'll
don
do
your
exactly
armor?
that.
Understood. You run, you move. The warriors are doing a great service. They are keeping these invaders outside of the perimeter of the estate, doing their best as you can tell. You move, you run. The signal is the auditory signal is a horn. It's given. There's a whole historical and cultural significance to it, but none of that matters currently. It's you run, and this curved white horn lies facing toward the outskirts of the city. You rush over, you blow into the horn, and the sound of warning is given. You empty your lungs into the sound, and it takes everything. It takes every bit of breath. And while you do this, you feel a sudden explosion of pain at the back of your head as you are lurched forward. Your teeth crack up against the horn itself. Someone has caught you off guard. As you right yourself, you turn. There is a warrior bearing the insignia, the banner of House Ocean on his left shoulder, wrapping over that white banner with black ink, the stone, the fire, the metal. He smiles. The blow to the back of your head has made your world wobble a bit. He raises the blade to strike at you again. What do you do?
I do my best to parry.
You do so. You fight, Veggie. And with this invader, this foreign entity, this warrior, it does not serve your lord, is this deep into the wall. This means something has gone terribly wrong. Lord Tsubaki is in danger. What do you do?
Yeah, with the acknowledgement of everything at stake, he cuts through him as fast as he can.
It is most honorable to kill in 2 strokes, or at least no more than 2 strokes. Any more than that, and it shows a lack of skill. It shows a lack of preparation. There's something to be said about the precision of a kill. And 2 strokes is all it takes. Teji, it's just this individual thought you had been caught off guard, hit you in the back of the head with the pommel of his blade, going to knock you out. Perhaps a mercy, perhaps just cockiness. But it is his detriment. With a slice once to the stomach, and then once, where do you think you land the killing blow?
Going from the armpit up to the opposite side of the neck.
A burst of blood, a gush of fountain sprays, but you turn away from it as you don't have time to savor this. You don't have time to pay homage or give any sort of salute or recognition of this warrior's skill. You have a duty. You have to protect Lord Tsubaki. And you do. You move. You run through this. And there are individuals that you catch, not necessarily armor-clad warriors. There are individuals that have been preparing, hidden, difficult to say. They're dressed in cloth, armored only where it's necessary. But you cut them down as you walk, as you make your run through the estate. This was an assassination attempt gone wrong. This was a distraction. Everything down below is a distraction. This battle, this conflict, is meant to lure you and your other warriors out of the estate, leaving him only with a skeleton crew, a handful of household guard. While these individuals, these ones that you're carving through, were meant to take Lord Tsubaki out. You made the right choice in staying. This was the dutiful, this was the honorable thing to do. What's going through your mind, Teji?
At this point, very little, honestly. His mind is on battle. So his thought processes are more inclined into maneuvers, techniques, and precision strikes until there's a moment of, I guess, a moment to breathe to account for what's around him.
Do this. Your mind is filled with tactics, movements, things that are second nature. You begin to bring to the forefront of your mind to perhaps heighten your abilities, perhaps to make sure that you haven't lost your touch. But you haven't, and it's very clear. When you reach Lord Tsubaki's main estate, his home where he sleeps, you open the doors. You don't see him. Not in this space. This is a sort of living room area. He's beyond another double set of doors, but what lies between you and that is a warrior. This one looks different. Fully armor clad. The mask covering the face. Full helmet. The banners stained with blood. Turn to face you, their blade is already in their hand. They take the stance of a fighter. Their blade tip leveled with their eyes.
And it's just him?
Just him.
I'll show, I guess, the mutual respect and prepare for a duel.
Who do you think makes the first strike? Who do you think makes the first attempt?
How big is this person?
He's a little smaller than you are.
Then I probably would.
You swing. He doesn't parry. He ducks and sort of dodges to the left. You are able to stop your blade before it catches into anything. You swing and then bring it back bring it back up to a ready position. You can hear he laughs. It's a thin, sort of almost raspy vocal sound as he laughs and then speaks. And Lord Tsubaki raised you to be slow. I had heard that your warriors were skilled in nature magic. Do you teach you to pluck flowers rather than train with the blade?
The blade is all I know. Much better than the assassination attempts that Clan Hosen seemed to have.
True, maybe. Today you don't face House Ocean's assassin, you face me, warrior of my house, and he takes a swing at you. What do you do?
I'll block it.
Clashes of steel. These are not common. Mm-hmm.
I say this, I block it because there was a moment of, I guess again, hesitation with what he said, that he wasn't Lord Hosen's assassin. But yeah, I will block the blade.
You do this. It's this warrior of House Hoshin. The clash of steel is uncommon. It is especially uncommon because it's not a quick clash and then draw back away. He forces it. Whenever you block, he forces the blade. He pushes against. You have to like hold the position and push up against. You risk scarring the steel this way.
If that's the case, fuck that. Because thought maybe my size would kind of, give me an advantage on that on the force.
Well,
But also,
let me make no mistake. You are not struggling necessarily. It's just for a moment you struggle because it is uncommon for a swordsman to do this. Continue, please.
but on top of that, it's a guardless blade. So, you know,
There's dangers that come with that.
Yeah. So, upon that block, I would hold it, but quickly try to realize, oh, it's a guardless blade, and I should therefore tilt and let it slide off towards the tip of the blade.
Understood. You do this. He makes an attempt to bring the blade up toward your palm. You tilt, and it slides down toward the tip. Withdraw. You break away once more. Begin the circle. Continue, please.
I'll feint and attack.
You do this. He moves to block it. What happens next?
Hopefully, a strike to catch him off guard.
You cut. It's a good cut. He grunts out in pain. Steps back a bit, kind of breaking away, giving him a little more distance. Says, the gardener has a few tricks.
Never a gardener. Not at this rate.
He pushes. Keeps his wounded leg to the back. But he strikes. Doesn't go on very long, this interaction, Deji. But you tell me how you think this begins and how this fight goes.
Well, given his wounds, given his wounds, I would hope that I win. Preferably with least bloodshed, as it is 1-on-1. Hopefully he'll yield.
You would hope, but he does not. He rolls, he moves, he uses his size, his advantage. It's just a little bit smaller than you. And you realize something here, Teji, as you strike. He keeps his wounded leg to the rear. He moves. He kind of sways. He's becoming more erratic, almost. You are clearly the more skilled, but he's not operating like a warrior. He's operating almost like just a scrapper, someone you'd find on the road. And You find an opening and you go to make the killing blow, the final strike, the one that should be an honorable death. He reaches back and sort of moves his blade up to block yours. In that same motion, as you raise your sword, he takes a handful, or perhaps just has soaked his hand in the blood of his own leg and sprays or throws or the way he tosses it catches into your eyes.
Recoil at that, and do my best to keep my distance as I try to wipe the blood from my eyes, to guess more like a waving of blade to,
He takes the
try to
opportunity
recover.
in your recovery to cut you. It's not terribly deep, but it is across your arm. You hear almost like clay cracking as something is broken. The room begins to not fill, not terribly quickly, but smoke begins to emanate from this broken object on the floor. You can see him as you kind of clear your eyes and try to peer past the spray of blood. He runs, or dodges, or rolls into the shadow and smoke.
In the place, is there a fire?
No, the smoke is emanating from this small broken clay thing that he has broken on the ground.
So he's still in the vicinity.
In order for if he had left the room, the smoke would begin to clear.
Yeah. And the smoke, I'm assuming, is blocking the path towards where Lord Sabaki would be, right?
It's not necessarily covering the path. You know this place better than he would. You can get there within the smoke. It's just a matter of where he might be.
Then I will slowly and cautiously make my way towards where I believe Lord Sabaki would be. Yeah, trying to be aware of where this individual is gone.
Laughter. As you begin to make your way toward the door, loud footsteps cause you to turn. And then the laughter echoes. The smoke is wrong. Smoke is... This isn't just a cover. This is... The more you inhale, it's dulling. It's making things echo. It's making things difficult to perceive.
Am I poisoned?
Not necessarily poisoned. It is altering your perception of the space. This is dishonorable. There's a thought that you have. This warrior is behaving against the code that across all regions, across all states of Niquan is agreed upon, that is honorable to warriors of your caliber. He is a snake. And the smoke hides him. This dulling your senses. Pain, dulled itself as well, cuts across your leg. You see him run into the smoke once more.
You're a coward.
I am a warrior, and warriors are victorious.
Oh. You're far from a warrior. A scoundrel.
It's not how history will remember me. Another cut across across your back. But they won't remember you. It's the survivors that write the codes. It's the ones that live.
You won't leave this room alive.
Neither will you. Another cut. You turn, you can see him. He hasn't ran just yet. What do you do, Digi?
I'll try to strike.
You strike. You cut, and he has to leap back through the 2 double doors that lead into Lord Tsubaki's sleeping chambers.
I'll push it immediately.
Push forward, sending him through. The fresh air suddenly fills your lungs. The space is filling with the smoke again, but the clean air takes you, and you can feel your senses for a flicker of a moment return. You find it as well. The fresh air feels like a cough because it's clean for a second. But there is Lord Tsubaki, the ancestral sword above the wall. He is tied, gagged. There is someone else holding him. A knife to his heart. You can hear the voice, this individual holding your lord, say, "Stop playing with your food." This warrior, scoundrel, which you've kicked through this door, kind of grunts and gets up. What will you do, warrior of Tsubaki? Finish the fight or save your lord.
Is there... Because you said the knife is at his heart, right?
Holding it, yes. Lord Tsubaki
Kind of like from behind.
Mm-hmm. Lord Tsubaki is gagged, tied. Eye is able to see, but not much else.
Is this how Lord Hosen win his battles?
So Shin wins.
I'll do everything in my best efforts, though very little, I feel like, to save Lord Tsubaki.
You rush toward Lord Tsubaki. Things slows as the knife is pressed into his heart. You see his eyes go wide. He looks at you. And this scoundrel, this warrior, moves to intercept you. You can see he's picked something else up. He tosses it in your eye, again trying to toss something into your eyes. Looks like soil from a plant of some sort.
Does it blind me?
Doesn't necessarily blind you, no. What would you like to do?
Which one of them is closer?
The one that is holding Lord Tsubaki is furthest, I would say. This warrior, this scoundrel, is moving to intercept you, has tossed that dirt in hopes to blind you and to probably strike the killing blow against you. What would you like to do?
When he tossed the soil in my face, I would have reacted with a strike towards him. But more so as a momentary strike while trying to close the distance to Lord Sabaki. If you understand what I'm saying, you know.
Dragon, you cut him down. It's easy. The soil, as you kind of... This is a trick you've seen him use. You duck low and you strike him, and as you don't even really pay him mind, as you cut across his stomach, you kill the scoundrel. His guts will fall to the floor in seconds. You move to Lord Sabaki. The dagger is... The knife is in his heart. This individual shoves him towards you. You catch him. He's bleeding. It's a lot of blood. The blood is filling the gag. His clothing is stained. You can see the symbol, the crest across his chest. That black dragon with gold border. Purple banner, stained now with dark crimson blood. He looks up at you, Teshi.
I'm gonna take the gag out of his mouth. Or try to. I don't know if there's time or if this person is attacking, but...
No, you look up and can see he has stepped toward the window. Remember this. And live with your failure. He falls out of the window, leaving his companion to die. The guts spill. They stain the wood. But in your arms is your lord. He is dying. There is no stopping it. The blood is growing at the mouth. He doesn't have last words. You're drowned away. He looks up at you. Do you look away?
No. I think I would maintain focus on Lord Sabaki, until he's gone.
You see the light leave his eyes. Your lord. Gone. Your duty failed. There's only one other thing worth protecting here. It's a long ways away, Teshi. How hard are you going to fight to get to it?
If I have to die, then I'll die. Did Lord Sabaki have family, heirs, or anything of that nature?
The son. One son. He's not supposed to be here.
Can I take the ancestral blade that was hanging up?
You absolutely can.
But yeah, I'll take that. And then make my way to Ayame.
You fight like a man possessed. More of these warriors, more of these scoundrels, these assassins line the streets. You fight. Coated in your lord's blood, you fight. A crimson and purple blur across the streets and the battlefield that it was once your home. You move the other warriors to be your comrades in arms, fight a battle that they don't really know they've already lost. You fight. It takes time, but you carve a path of blood. fallen enemies. What sword do you use to cut these people down, Digi? Are you using yours or are you using the ancestral blade?
I'm using mine.
7 was an honorable number. You carve this path. You make your way to the northeastern wall. Coated in the blood of your enemies. Archers fallen, soldiers dead. Buildings aflame. You take the time to search. They breached here. They moved on. There is no great army outside. There's no siege equipment, not really. You don't find her. Everywhere you look, she's not there.
Even amongst the bodies.
Taking the time to look through the bodies, you don't find her either. No idea. You recognize some of her arrows. You don't see hide nor hair of her.
After spending enough time looking for Ayame and not finding her, I will retreat. If I'm able to, I'll call the soldiers to retreat.
This day ends, and soon every soldier remember of how Tsubaki knows that Lord Tsubaki is dead. The region falls to House Hoshi. Renishi is no longer House Tsubaki's to command. Time passes. People are given a choice. Pledge their allegiance, bend the knee and serve House Hoshi, or die. There is a third option. Don't be there to make the choice at all. Wander, masterless. A blade without a master. What do you choose, Dashi?
I won't fight for Lord Hoshin. Nor do I plan on dying. Yeah, I'm gonna gather the little things that I can and yeah, make my way into the forest. I will be sure to conceal though the ancestral blade.
Understood. Wonder. Time passes. You were a warrior of note, Dashi. Some renown was afforded to you. Do you conceal your identity?
Yeah, I think I would have to.
It helps. Most times. How do you do this? Do you wear a mask?
There's a change of appearance, a donning of a mask while on the road, and a change of name.
What do you go by now?
Kenshin.
Kenshin, there are those that the mask, the demeanor doesn't help in certain aspects. There are always those that are looking to make a name for themselves. Those that hassle you when you stop for food or stop for drink. Seem to sense you almost. Say, you look familiar. Didn't you fight? You fought. I think I saw you across the field of battle. You're one of Lord Tsubaki's old men.
Everybody fights. That's all we do is fight.
No, but you're different. Your lord is dead. I don't see you wearing your new colors. That's okay. I have a banner for your shoulder, my friend. Perhaps you misplaced yours.
No.
No?
I fly no banner, no colors.
You walk in the territory of House Hoshin. Lord Hoshin is very strict. Here, he holds out that white banner with black ink.
All I want is something to drink. Leave me be.
Take it.
And I'll be on my way.
Don't make me say it again.
I'll proceed to walk.
Hear the sound of steel leaving a scabbard. It's unfortunate. Kenshin. What happens next?
I'll strike them down.
Everyone wants to make a name for themselves. 7 was a respectable number. It doubles in the first month, triples in the second. You lose count after a while. This is how it goes. There's somebody that recognizes you. Maybe something about you, this quality. You wander. You stop hearing stories about Lord Tsubaki's son. Maybe he's dead. Maybe they finally got him.
No.
You wander. And the dreams get stranger. Torchless light. Strange metal. Moving metal. Flying people. Rat folk with strange lights in their eyes. Glowing swords. There's all. These dreams get strange. You recognize certain bits of it. You recognize artifice, but it's far more advanced than you can imagine in these dreams. They get worse. What are you looking for, Kenshin?
At this point, a release Yeah, a release.
Every swing of your blade is almost like a prayer. Prayer that no one is able to answer. Ayame is gone. Lord Tsubaki is dead. These dreams get worse.
Even without a lord, there is no peace. And I just feel like I'm going crazy and crazy.
Haunted by your own turmoil. It is made manifest one day. Cresting into evening, you find a space. A place to camp. It's too dangerous to go into the city now. Not right now. It's a celebration of some sort. It's crowded. It's more peaceful in the wilderness. So you have made camp. Almost as if manifesting from your own turmoil, a demon. Oni casts a shadow over your fire. He wears a mask, more ornate, intended to frighten. It's large. He has many swords on his hip. Watches you. What do you do, Kenshin?
I'll be honest, I'm not sure if I'm still dreaming or not.
It's real. I have come to claim you.
About time.
Stand up. I'm not in the habit of killing a man on his knees.
I'll stand up. And once again, much like the night he fought that so-called warrior, he prepares for an honorable combat.
Takes one of the swords from his hip. He readies into a stance. He says, "Show me the medal of the man who slayed so many."
Without speaking, he goes straight to strike.
You strike. He parries. A strange motion. He lets his left hand leave his sword, twists, and dances to your right side. He says, "Come on." Reckless. Ever expose your back? Again.
He swings to the right in a sweeping motion.
He catches your blade in this sort of gauntlet he has along his wrist. There's a spike. He catches it with and twists, forcing incredible strength. It forces your blade to your side and says, "Is this the man that's carved a path from Lord Tsubaki's domain? Is this the man that slayed countless just for asking his name?" Removes his arm from the blade, letting you right yourself.
You know nothing of me.
"I know the trail you leave." He strikes. What do? Do you block? Do you dodge?
I attempt to dodge.
You do this. It takes everything. You have to sort of throw yourself and catch yourself and right yourself. He lets his blade rest just a few inches as he brings it down. A few inches from the ground, he looks to you, drops the blade, goes for another on his hip. This one's of different make, strange. Take a moment to analyze. It doesn't look like it's been made in Equan. He says, I know the men you've killed. He goes for another strike. What do you do?
Yeah, I'll try to parry it.
You do this. You manage to parry it. It's less a parry, more of a haphazard block. You leave yourself wide open. You realize this now that as you're able to move the blade away, your chest is exposed. And you know he catches it. You see his eyes glance. You can feel the steel of his sword twist under, but stop. You don't know if he's playing with you, or he's giving you a chance. But Kenshin, for the first time in a long time, you might be outmatched. He says, I know the death you leave in your wake. He raises his blade. I know a warrior that seeks death when I see one.
And you believe you're the one to grant it?
If you earn it.
I strike.
Now, you do this. You strike. It's recognition, Kenshin. It's wild. You're not on your game. Maybe you haven't been for a long time. But you realize now that the strikes, parries, everything is ill-refined. You're letting go. You strike and he raises, stabbing the sword into the ground. He simply steps back and watches you catch the pommel or catch the crossguard of the blade. You recover quickly, but he steps back, pulls another weapon. This is not a blade. It's a large, studded club. The mythological or the rumored weapon of the Oni. This is the warrior that I've chased. Is this all you have?
Claim your prize, demon.
No. You've not earned death. Chase it though you do.
What do you mean, no?
You want an end. You want a quick end. You want your atonement to just be done. No. I mean no. I'll not grant you the honor.
And he remembers the words of the one who plunged the knife into Lord Tsubaki's death. about living with the failure. No. Tonight you grant me what I wish, or I'll take it myself.
I do not grant forgiveness. He raises the club just over his shoulder and just watches you.
I'll attack him. I'll try to goad him into fighting back.
Is this the plan going forward?
And for a while, yeah.
You see the swiftness, the speed, the strength. He drops his club, moves swiftly. He jumps back. The first strike you make does pull blood, but you don't make another. He's fast. You catch him off guard only the one time. It's frustrating. There's a lot of emotion here. It rises, breaching a boiling point. Catch it. Each strike grows wilder. It's infuriating. Everything boils to the top. The rage, the sadness, the loss. You are swinging, and you just want once to make contact again. His eyes watch you as he moves, as the sun begins to drift down below the mountain. He doesn't speak. What do you do when this is clearly for naught?
My failures haunt me. And watch me. As I get tired, grow tired, swinging the blade, miss after miss. Eventually, I'll give way and do exactly what I said.
You drop to your knees. What weapon do you use? Or rather, do you intend to use?
The ancestral blade of Clan Tsubaki.
You drop to your knees. You poise yourself. Ancestral blade shines one last moment in the fading sunlight. This Oni, this demon, watches from a small distance away. Everything boils to the top again. Rage, the sadness, the loss, the failure. A Ronin, a masterless warrior, haunted by a demon to die at sunset. No one to forgive you. No one to stop you. Any words, any passing, is there any passing voice as you begin to do this?
He'll say a small chant like prayer for his love, Ayame. And he'll try to have her as his final thought.
And it is. as the blade pierces you. You close your eyes to the demon. You keep her image fixed. The loss, the rage, all of it boils and it melts away. There is only her. There is only that love, that woman lost. All fades as the blade pierces your stomach. Blood drips, and unbeknownst to you, but not to the demon, not to the fading light of the sun. The blood drips and forms a sigil, a strange symbol that you'll never know, at least not yet. As it pierces and everything melts away, everything you let go, you keep her fixed, and the blood pools, and you feel something change, an eruption, a burning, an ignition. Her smile, the last thing you see, not before you die, but before you planeswalk. And the world becomes so much larger. Your spark ignites, and you depart Nikuan. And that is where we'll end this session, this prologue, for you, now previously unignited, now ignited. Thank you for joining us.